You're listening to Soundside. I'm Libby Denkman. And Cartoon Mess Live is not the only thing happening this weekend. Here's Soundside producer Jason Megatron Burrows with all the events fit to print or talk about. It's radio. Just be cool, okay?
Thank you, Libby, and welcome to the Weekend Warmup. Let's get started with something easy, shall we? Sports! The Mariners are coming out of the All-Star break, and Home Run Derby champion Cal Raleigh continues his quest to break the home run record. And to help with that, the M's have a 3-game homestand against the hated Houston Astros starting on Friday at 7. It's also 80s fireworks night. In soccer, the Sounders take on the San Jose Earthquakes on Saturday, and on Sunday, the Seattle Reign have a friendly against Japan's Urawa Red Dragons. That's a fun name, Urawa. Now, if your weekend plans include time out at the beach, allow me to point you in the direction of Long Beach. The annual Sensation Sand Sculpture Festival is already in progress. And try saying that 5 times fast. They're featuring both amateur and professional sculptors creating incredible and enormous displays out of sand. Sculptures are being crafted right now, but the competition begins on Saturday. And there's plenty to do all weekend with live music, pirates, and a beer garden all down in Long Beach, Washington. Now let's stick with the festival theme, shall we? A number of different cultural festivals and activities are happening this weekend. The Seattle Arab Festival takes over the Seattle Center Armory on Saturday and Sunday with dance performances, traditional Middle Eastern cuisine, and a bevy of vendor booths with handcrafted artwork and cultural exhibits. Seattle's Bon Odori 2025 takes place at the Seattle Betsuin Buddhist Temple in the CID on Saturday and Sunday. This Japanese festival features taiko performances, a bunch of food options, a beer garden, Japanese dancing out in the street, and their very own thrift shop. Bon Odori starts at 3 p.m. on both Saturday and Sunday at Rainier and Jackson in the CID. Out in the heart of Discovery Park, it's the Seafair Indian Days Powwow. You can celebrate 3 days of both Native American and Canadian First Nations culture through dances, drumming and singing, arts and crafts, and of course, food. The festivities start at 7 p.m. on Friday and run through 5:30 on Sunday afternoon out at Daybreak Star Indian Cultural Center in Discovery Park. And on Sunday, the annual Chinatown Seafair Parade will take place in the CID. It begins at 8th and King at 7 p.m. It'll feature lion dances, the Chinese Community Girls Drill Team, dragon dances with a 100-foot dragon, and a ton of community groups marching through the streets of the Chinatown International District. The parade runs from 7 p.m. until 9 on Sunday. Now, from cultural festivals to music festivals, we jump straight into the Capitol Hill Block Party. You know what it is. It's Saturday and Sunday up in Cap Hill with a ton of artists performing. And according to Soundside producer Maliha Syed, this year's lineup is very Gen Z and TikTok oriented. And as a Gen Xer, I am not ashamed to admit that I only recognized one artist performing this year, and that's okay. I'm not old. It was Anderson .Paak. I recognize Anderson .Paak. And now for something completely different, the Darrington Bluegrass Festival. Performances start at 5 p.m. on Friday, and there are camping opportunities if you want to stay for the full weekend. They've got concessions and merch, and all of the bluegrass you can handle just west of Arlington. The Darrington Bluegrass Festival is Friday through Sunday out in Darrington. Okay, let's talk nerdy delights. Libby already mentioned Cartoon Mess Live at the Rabbit Box Theater, and that sounds delightful. There's also the King County Fair happening out in Enumclaw all weekend. And believe me, if you are a 4-H or an FFA person, it gets real nerdy. The Rough Stock Rodeo is Saturday, followed by the Junior Livestock Show and barrel racing on Sunday. The Seattle Boba Festival is also happening on Saturday here in the U District, with 23 different shops, each offering a unique take on boba. There's even a shop called Bobalust, which has the best orange dreamsicle flavored offerings I've ever experienced. And finally, Geek Fest West up at Angel of the Winds Arena in Everett. At first, I thought this was just your run-of-the-mill geeky Comic-Con style show until I saw that they have something called the Amazing Awesome Race. And as a longtime Amazing Race fanatic, I love any opportunity to team up with folks and run around a city doing challenges. And that's exactly what they have in store for this weekend. There's also something called the Cosplay Lip Sync Challenge. And come on, that just sounds fun. And it makes me wonder if my Cobra Commander costume still fits. Oh, and one last thing that I feel we should mention. Traffic this weekend is going to be absolutely boring. Northbound I-5 in Seattle from I-90 to Northeast 45th Street in the U District will be fully closed starting at 11:59 p.m. Friday, July 18th through 5 a.m. Monday, July 21st. The express lanes will run northbound all weekend, and the downtown express lane ramps will stay open to everyone. If you're headed downtown, use Edgar Martinez Drive, Dearborn, or the James and Madison Street exits, or go eastbound on I-90 to Rainier Avenue. Once again, northbound I-5 completely shut down from I-90 to the U District. It's gonna be a mess. All right, that is it. As usual, we will have links to all of these events at kuow.org/Soundside, and you can find even more events by checking out KUOW's podcast, Meet Me Here. If you would like to suggest an event for future installments of the segment, shoot me an email, soundside@kuow.org. Thank you for listening. I'm Jason Megatron Burrows, and that's what you could be doing this weekend.
Thanks for listening to Soundside. By the way, this show is only possible because listeners support us. If you are able to give right now, check out the show notes for a link to donate. And don't forget, you can listen live on KUOW 94.9 FM Seattle at noon and 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, or anytime online at kuow.org.